I know where we can go, where the sunrise lasts forever, and it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Come get lost with me. 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 Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again.
Hello, I'm here. Wow. Alrighty. Oh, where were we? Still waiting to see if Matt is going to join me. I'm not sure yet. Go check on our turtles. Yep, still look about the same. We don't have any new babies yet. Alright, so yeah, last time I think we just kind of stayed busy. Got a bunch of stuff done. Got a bunch of farming done. I know we were managing our villagers. Doing all kinds of good things like that. Let us see how our villagers are doing. Alright, so a new cleric has been born over here. And we have... yeah, fisherman, butcher.
Be another night to tie around my bed.
Any new ones here? Testicle farmer. Shepherd. Random ass shepherd. Okay, is it just these two over here still? Thought I heard a cat scratching at the door. Alright, so we're just checking on things because I'm still trying to get a mending villager. So get those guys to go get flushed down their building toilet. Oh, that's right, they had a nitwit over here. We gotta get rid of that nitwit. Man, that is a weak villager there. What does the other one offer? Ah, I can't get to the other one. I hate it that they all bundle up in a corner. I should really imprison them in their own personalized cells so I can easily interact with them. Oh, but that is for another time. Alright, well, we'll come back to the villagers. I don't think I want to deal with this just yet. I don't know. I may have another villager breeding slash villager managing situation at some point tonight. Okay, do we need any wood? No immediate needs for wood or anything. We could probably stand to harvest these fields again. Because, yeah, we're going to want lots of stuff to trade with our villagers. So let's go ahead. Oh, god damn it. Should have remembered. Wait, where'd the other one go? Oh, it's up there. It's stuck in the water stream. Haha! I put that there for defensive purposes. Yeah, let's go sleep real quick. That's why I should always sleep right before I log off, so I don't have to even think about that for a while. Alright. To my bed. Be gone, phantoms. Guess I need to update my Optifine. Alright. Hey, there we go. Burn, phantom, burn. Alright. Back to work. This wheat isn't gonna pick itself. I wonder how many times I've harvested this whole farm. Probably at least 35 or 40 times. So yeah, last time we also spent a bunch of time mining, so we got a fresh stockpile of iron and stuff. I will have to actually go check on that. I don't remember if it was finished smelting or not. Okay. Take the shield off too. Okay. We'll do the same pattern every time. I should like mix this up and do some other crazy pattern when I replant these. I'll draw a big face in the soil with planted seeds or something. That's right. I think one of the other things that I had done recently was I brought over a bunch of rotten flesh and string and things for trading with villagers. So I need to remember to AFK at some point near my mob farms. Okay, the circle gets smaller and smaller. And when I say circle, of course I mean rectangle, because these aren't circles. They're rectangles. Okay. Come on. I think we're on our last double chest as far as what we need to stock up to get back to full stock on all of our crops and everything. We burned through a lot of our stockpile doing all that villager trading a little while back. That was, of course, to get enough emerald to have a fully powered beacon. All right. Look at that. All right, now we can turn this on. Turn that on. And to the carrots we go.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Not much.
How are you doing tonight?
Good.
That's good.
Trying to get the cat out of here.
So you think you got the issue with your computer figured out?
Yeah, I got that. I'm an idiot.
Oh, you said it was the HDMI was plugged into the wrong graphic card? Or the
Yeah,
DVI
because
or
we
whatever.
were putting her computer in, and before it got mixed matched.
I see.
It's all good.
But apparently it was able to still handle Heroes of the Storm, huh?
It actually default minimum, which was, they had never done that before.
Oh,
So I went behind the computer and checked it, and then it defaulted to ultra mode, and then it ran just fine.
interesting. Well, I certainly do hope that explains everything and that you have a nice, smooth experience tonight.
Well, I'll find out here in about 3 seconds.
And if you want to still go and have a huge mining session out there, I can come back out there and I'd be happy to do that. Could always use more iron, no matter how much we have.
So I'm in more. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. If you go look in the chest there should be a bunch of torches. I just need to finish harvesting all these crops here and then I'll head out there. Because you have all the beacon stuff too, right?
Okay, I see the torches. I have 2. So, no issue with opening chests. So yeah, I think I'm.
Okay, you're cutting out a little bit voice-wise. I don't know if that's just a push-to-talk thing or what, but...
I think it's just everything. All the chunks are loaded.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, at least shows you at 2 bars. Better than 1.
I'm actually gonna go to the nether, to the ender. Well, I guess I don't need to go to the nether because I'm already here, so I just need to go to the end.
To do some repairs? Or, wait, where are you
Yeah.
going?
to the.
You say you need to go to the end for repairs, or you're looking to head back to our other base?
Man, the voice to chat's really voice to push to talk laggy.
Yeah. I still only hear silence.
Oh, rubber banding.
Well, it shows your connection getting stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, where'd you say you were headed?
The end.
Which bed, or where are you looking to be after you're done with the end? Are you coming back to our base, or did you want to do some mining out in the mines of
I want to
Moria?
do some mining, so I should sleep here.
Yeah, yeah,
Good point, thank you.
yeah. And yeah, I'll finish up these farms here, and I will head over to join you in mining.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm getting 3 bars.
Yep. There we go. I'm trying out a different pattern here. Different
Dude,
crop
we, like,
planting pattern.
we strip this place of like all resources.
Yep, we'll just have to go out to a corner that we haven't hit yet.
No, I mean the base. I mean, we just took everything out of here.
Oh, yeah, the chests in there. Well, on the last stream, I went and emptied out all the rotten flesh and all the bones and everything so I could bring them back for trading with villagers. Because you can trade string with fishermen and shepherds,
outta here.
I think. Or no, fishermen and fletchers you can trade string with, and then rotten flesh you trade with clerics, So yeah, between all of that and then all the vegetables that I can trade with farmers and then the paper and everything with the librarians, like all these farms are actually coming in really handy for generating a shitload of emerald.
Did you put a farm up here?
Up where?
Up on the... This is all new.
Oh yeah, inside our Sky Island. Yep, and I put a bunch of books in there that I wrote in and everything, so... Just kind of retroactively applying some lore to that area and making it look a little more like we did some shit.
Oh, that's so cool with the sunset. These are glass panes.
Yeah, and we still have a few glass panes that we need to fill in there. I think we were like missing the one color we needed or something.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool because the sun sets. When it's setting, it goes right. It's that spot perfectly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I don't know, we did a good job with this room.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to do more at that base. I think once we actually finish a lot of the projects we started out there, it's going to look really nice. And once you rebuild your boat that was burned down by lightning. You've had a bad go with the whole fire thing.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna hop in bed.
Okay. Oh shit, that's right. I need to be over to sleep in a bed. Hold on. Alright, you know what? I'm not going fast enough. Okay, this is taking even longer. Why can't I fly? Oh my god, I flew. Oh.
So, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it today, but did you see the Google interview with Congress?
No.
It was pretty good. The CEO was very well spoken, and I thought he did a great.
He did a great job of what?
Just explaining Google's priorities and its commitment to privacy, and it was a good brief. It was a good.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to check that out. Cause yeah, if we're comparing different companies here, if we had to prefer the lesser of evils, I definitely think Google is doing a little more right than like Facebook and Twitter are. Like, they seem to be acting with some level of responsibility. I mean, they're definitely far from perfect, but geez, I would take them to Facebook any day.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he did a really good job answering everybody's questions. But there was two really funny instances. One of them is when one of the senators asked him why, if there was no bias, because the big argument for conservatives is that Google's biased and it only shows liberal or progressive ideas, right? Because they don't understand how Google works or how it functions.
Yeah.
They think it's a biased news media. It's what they're pushing for.
I'd like to see someone provide some actual hard evidence of that. But.
Well, they did provide some evidence, but the argument on Google's end was that it was a poor sampling size for the study. So I mean, they had pretty good rebuttals for most things. So, but he seemed pretty open about at least looking at and addressing any concerns that folks have, because they don't want to be seen as a biased news source. I thought that was kind of good on them. But there was two really funny instances where one of the senators asked why, if it's not a biased news source, that when you Google the term idiot, you get an image of Donald Trump.
Probably because most of the people in the world are calling him an idiot.
He didn't say that. He had a very politically correct way of answering that.
I'm sure his actual answer was that their algorithm will naturally promote trends within the people using it. It's ultimately fed by user data, just like all these other platforms, and whatever's generating traffic is going to trend higher on Google.
Right. That's basically what he said, is that they don't control the rankings. They just the algorithm does everything but their hands on. But he didn't comment at all about users of the ones. He definitely avoided a lot of pitfalls, so he did good.
Well, I can tell you what, Fox News is not getting the short shaft. They are all over Google results when you search anything news related.
Really? I don't get a lot of Fox News results whenever I Google news.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say Fox News is guilty of some pretty heinous stuff, so just some of the segments they have on, things like the browning of America, and just the old white men they have ranting that our country is becoming more diverse and they can't fucking handle it. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I feel like people are confusing with politics. And, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and all those guys, they definitely... They put some pretty heinous shit out there.
That does a real good job calling out people's bullshit.
Who does?
I can't remember his name. On Fox, he's one of the commentators, one of the reporters.
Unfortunately, the rock stars of that network are the likes of Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and those guys.
Yeah, but he's not one of them. But he has definitely argued against Donald Trump quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's not fair for people to confuse the whole Donald Trump, thinking there's unfair coverage when, this is a very unique time in the history of humanity with a guy like him.
Well, but he's also he sides with anti-biases and actual news. So that's one reason I really like him as a journalist. But the other funny thing that happened at the Google briefing today is a senator kind of ripping on Google about how iPhone has this feature and that feature, and why it's bad, and that they needed to change it. And that's when the Google president had to tell him that Apple makes iPhone, not Google.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but apparently this guy didn't know the difference.
what a surprise. Oh man, I hate that Senate briefings and stuff have become the circus show that they are. That shit should be boring. It should be the kind of stuff that's too boring to watch because, you know, they're debating things with civility, and this just the fucking circus that everything has become is ludicrous.
I thought it would. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, obviously there was some partisan, you know, bickering between the two, but overall I thought it was a pretty constructive debate, or not debate, but a hearing. You know, they asked him about what he's going to do to make sure that, you know, individuals can't influence search results, or, you know, and they actually thanked him on both sides, you know, for the work they do for small businesses, and, you know, I don't know, it was actually pretty good, dude.
Well, I don't know. There's just this prevailing sense of irony with some of the things that the Republican Party complains about with unfairness. When you look at some of the things they're doing in like Wisconsin and Michigan, where they're in the last minute ditch to preserve their power, they're passing fucking laws to restrict what the Democratic incomers can do. And then you look at the election fraud in North Carolina, the actual case that they found was a Republican operative signing like hundreds of absentee ballots.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking good for them.
I mean, because they're supposed to be the party that's all about like integrity and fairness, and they're complaining about their search results, but they gerrymander the shit out of their states, like, to a disgusting degree. Like, have you ever seen some of those gerrymandered maps?
Yeah,
that should be an affront to all democratic sensibilities. Like, if you support democracy and fair representation, the way you see some of those states
well, do you know how the name came to be gerrymandered?
Oh, you know what? I had read it at one point, and I think it was named after an actual lawmaker.
He was a senator who drew his congressional map like a salamander, and his name was Jerry something or another.
Oh, so Jerry Salamander, gerrymander. A portmanteau?
No, his last name was not Salamander. The congressional district map looked like a salamander.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they combined the look of what he did with his name.
Correct, yeah.
Portmanteau.
Yeah. And an interesting fact, and you may have to Google this if you don't believe me, but before the oncoming Wisconsin Republican came into power, Democrats tried to do the same thing by passing a bunch of laws, but ended up not, by pushing through a lot of last-minute legislation.
They ended up not doing it?
Correct.
Well, that's good. I mean, I know each party is just a hair's width away from corruption, and, you know, I'm not saying the Democrats are saints by any means, but the Republicans definitely have a brashness in their hypocrisy that just is not quite as profound, I think, in the Democrats.
Their shit doesn't stink as much.
Their shit both stinks, but it definitely doesn't stink as much. If I had to be forced to smell one of the two shits.
That's why I really like South Park, you know, between a giant douche and a turd sandwich.
Yeah. But anyways, you know, what can we do?
Anyways, yeah.
What can we do but vote and vote for laws that you know, support a fair government? That's all I want.
There was a great Twitter post today, because, you know, there was that debate with or I guess after the congressional hearing, Schumer, Pelosi, and Trump got into like this full-blown argument over the border wall.
Yeah, I heard.
Like, it was pretty disgusting. But it definitely shows you that nobody in that room is intelligent enough to pull off some of the shit that conspiracy theorists claim. But the funniest part was someone on Reddit. No, I got booted.
I saw that. I wonder if it's because I'm on the minecart, or did you just enter the mob spawner thing?
Oh no, I'm leaving the mob spawner. I got what I needed.
Oh, maybe so many of them built up that. Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Well, I'm heading over there now. But anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Excellent. Sorry. someone on Twitter posted the video of Donald Trump, and he was saying, "Well, if I don't get my wall, I'm shutting down the government," which he should not have said. He's gonna definitely wish he had not.
Oh yes, Donald Trump, ever the savvy politician.
Yeah.
They will write books about this man.
So somebody photoshopped an image of him looking like a little toddler in a baby carriage. Oh no.
Oh, it probably is because I'm in this minecart.
Probably.
All right, well, I'll be out of it soon.
In a little high chair, you know, and it has just his face, and it says, "If I don't get what I want, I'm gonna shut down the government." It is fucking hysterical.
God, I just can't believe we're living through this. It really does make you look back at all past presidents. Like, God, as much as I hated having George Bush president, and you know, he just always seemed so dumb when he was up there. Like, oh my God, he seems like fucking Stephen Hawking compared to Donald Trump.
I don't know. I think Donald Trump is just fucking hysterical. Like, it's funny. Like, it just adds a level of comedy to government that is just.
Well, it'd be funny if he was doing it on purpose, but I think, like, this is really. That shit's all real, and that's the not funny part of it.
I'm kind of an anarchist, you know me. I like to watch the world burn. So.
Yeah, I would like to watch the world come together and, you know, really accomplish something and leave a better world for our, our descendants and all that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, if shit gets any worse, I might just have to vote for him.
Oh, God, please don't. He doesn't need any help. Knowing our luck, man, the Democrats are gonna fucking put up Hillary Clinton again. And then...
Actually, I've been hearing a lot about Biden and Beto.
Oh, that Beto O'Rourke guy from Texas?
Yeah.
I'd like to see him on the ticket because he might actually... He could be the one person that would turn Texas blue, so strategically, I think that would be a very smart choice.
I don't know. I think he would be a good vice president. Let him get some more experience.
Dude, no, Donald Trump. the whole experience thing just doesn't hold any water anymore. We've seen that the government can somehow still function with a raging toddler at the manning the ship.
Right, but people are... I still think that your best chances are with...
With who?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good choice. I think they need to steer clear. They really need to steer clear of Elizabeth Warren. She could have been a good choice, but she dug herself a fucking deep grave. I still can't believe that. What an idiot.
Yep.
And that's one of those things that she has universally been condemned by both sides. Like, what she did was possibly the dumbest thing anyone could have done in their career. She released she took a blood test and publicized it, saying she had around 1/1000th Native American in her, which is like less than most Americans.
And the funny thing is she actually got scholarships for it.
Yep. So yeah, that was kind of reason enough for me to. I mean, I would be, obviously, if I had the choice between her and Trump, I would still begrudgingly vote for her because, whatever. I think
anything's better than Sir Cheeto.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really need to say much about that. But yeah, I would much rather see someone else that would actually be, embraced by people on both sides. Not necessarily a centrist. Like, I mean, I think Bernie Sanders is too old, but I think his ideals actually appealed to a lot of not traditional Democrat-leaning people.
But what does that mean, too old? I guess that's what I don't understand. Like,
I don't know, because he's 80 and like mental faculties. I don't know. I think
mental faculty. Look who's in charge.
Well, yeah, damn it, you got me. I don't know what to say. Fuck. I mean, you're right though. A 95-year-old on their deathbed would be a better president than what we have now. But I don't know. I think they had like, you know, there's some books that go into like the history of like Reagan and everything, and I guess he was showing signs of his age near the end of his presidency and some early signs of dementia and stuff. And
Okay, that I can see. But honestly, dementia, I mean, still might be better than what we...
I know. I mean, that's why,
honestly,
like, that's why I would literally vote for anyone.
I would
Almost anyone.
I was gonna say, like, I'm not ready to give it up that easy. Like, yeah, I don't like Donald Trump at all, but I'm not gonna vote for just anyone. I'll vote for myself if I have to. I'm not gonna vote for somebody because they're...
Well, you're voting, in that case, you're voting for anyone.
Yeah.
You're voting for someone.
Anyone I think is qualified.
Yeah,
I think Biden would be qualified, and I think he has the, you know, political savvy. He knows the people.
Yeah.
He knows how to play with the government. Like, that's important shit. Like, if you want to pass laws, you can't just go.
Yeah,
right?
I think there is value, as much as people like the idea of draining the swamp, whatever the fuck that means. There's definitely value in having a president that's actually been in politics for a while and knows how to work with, you know, the different branches of government and, like,
that's what I've been saying this whole time, dude. Gotta get everyone working together.
I know. There are people capable of doing that. I don't know. I really just want to think in a few years we're going to look back at this and think, like, man, I guess America just had to get it out of its system and now we're back on track again. That's what I want to be able to say in a couple of years.
But don't discount, you know, rural Republicans. You know, they've drank the Kool-Aid and they just despise, you know, Obama with all with everything that's happened. So I mean, I still think Trump can put up a fight. So even if he is found to have, you know, done all the things that he said he didn't do.
Yeah.
It's still entirely possible. And he'd get away with murder.
It is. There's a sliver of possibility. We'll see. God, it's
and
like,
honestly, the way you win those people over is you don't, you know, you don't belittle them. You just, you know, let them have their way, their voice, and don't say anything. Right? Just let them believe their shit and their anti-vax theories. Like, you're not gonna change their.
This is true.
I think most people come to the conclusion that religion and politics on their own, and that they brought it one way or another, are just make
Yeah.
So, change the subject. We watched The Grinch for Christmas. Well, kind of watched it. I fell asleep.
Yeah, Bridget took the kids to see it. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm down here now. And said it was really fucking good.
Wait, what? Which one are we?
The new Grinch movie, the one in the theaters?
No, I'm talking about the one with Jim Carrey.
Oh, that is not a fucking good movie. That is the opposite of what a good movie is.
Really? I thought he did a good job.
I think he did a fucking terrible job, and I think it's a stupid movie.
Build the pyramid. I'll let you.
Okay. God, man. What were they thinking with that Grinch movie?
Like I said, I think Jim Carrey did a good job.
Okay. You're welcome to your opinion. Well, shit, this is gonna be somewhat...
I would say put it down on this end.
Well, let's figure out where we're gonna be mining exactly first.
How about right here? What would I think here? I mean, we have all this area here. We have.
Well, it's not that much. Anywhere that we only have a 2-block wide wall, there's no sense in mining through because everything would be exposed already and there'd be nothing we'd get.
Well, we do need to clear that shit out eventually.
Do we?
I don't know if you wanted to mine the more yet.
I guess if you want to, and then I guess mining upwards will at least reveal a little bit more.
We could use TNT to make things easy.
That's entirely your call. We have a bunch of it up in the chest up there, in the room with the
TNT would
gunpowder.
be pretty fast. It's gonna be a lot more fun than having to mine out blocks that we're not gonna get anything.
Well, I like the mining. It's fun. Okay, so we want to put it like over here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, but with the efficiency we're gonna get from this, we'll be able to break through the ship with lickety split. So, yeah, I know we're not gonna get anything from it, but
Oh man, I gotta tell you, just random side note, I really, really want to see that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie.
really, why?
Apparently it is being hailed as the best Spider-Man movie ever made, and like
What?
people are going fucking ape shit over it. And I've watched a few previews, and yeah, it looks real good.
Hmm.
It's I guess it's at like 99% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like one of those. And I read a review or two, and they basically said that it is like one of the most exciting, like entertaining movies for like every second of the movie. Like there's no boring or dull shit throughout the entire movie.
I think the casting they did with that kid was perfect.
With Miles Morales?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Which Spider-Man? Are you talking about Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah, that one. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the new animated Spider-Man movie, the one by Sony that's a totally different Spider-Man movie than... Yeah,
really?
it's one of those weird things where Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man, but they have allowed
Marvel.
like Marvel, Disney, whatever, to make, you know, their own version of Spider-Man movies for the Marvel, you know, Avengers universe thing. But no, this new movie, you got to go watch a trailer for it. It's hitting this Friday apparently, and it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it is literally like all of the different Spider-Men from like parallel universes get sucked into one world together. And so there's like, if you've ever read the Spider-Man comics, I guess there's a whole bunch of different people that have played Spider-Man over the years. Like even Gwen Stacy was Spider-Man at one point, Spider-Woman. And
Oh, interesting.
and so they all get pulled into one world, and the animation style they used is like incredible. It's not like strictly CGI or animated. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Like Attack on Titan, where it's kind of a mix.
No, it's, I wouldn't even say that. It's I don't know what I would compare it to. Hey, what's up, Rosinka? But yeah, I watched.
You need a gold bar.
We will, but that'll be easy to
Okay.
get. If you want to go work on
Okay.
that while I mine up to the surface.
I have a bar on me.
Well,
Here.
we don't need it yet. I have to get up to the surface first to get access to the sky.
I wonder where you're gonna come out at. Hopefully not underneath the tower.
No, it won't. Not at all.
Okay.
I think we're around the like pig sheep farm area. Rosinka, it is going pretty well. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, Rasinka.
We're just about to get started on a big mining session down here. Finally, Matt's connection's working, and we got the beacon. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I stuck it in the wrong hole last week, so I couldn't.
Oops.
I didn't mind.
It's too bad your computer doesn't like warn you. Wrong hole, asshole.
Yeah. That's why I use a gag.
Oh God.
I can see what you did there. Wrong
Oh, yeah.
hole, asshole. That's good. That's good.
Rosinka says, "Yeah, not too bad. Just got home." And she says, "Hey, Matt."
Hey.
Hi there. But anyway, yeah, I really want to see that movie. I kind of wrote it off. I didn't think it was going to be anything special because I was like, "Oh,
Anime.
what the fuck is this shit?" We got
That's
enough
good.
Spider-Man movies already, but it sounds fucking great.
Good. I'd like to see animation make a comeback.
Yeah. And it's like... Where the fuck did I come up here? I am just in some random gully outside of our... Oh, there we go. I see where I am now. Huh. There's just a single fucking tree here. I like this little area. How fun.
Pretty cool with the beam of light coming out from it.
Okay,
Alright.
now where did I...
Quit jerking off. Let's go.
Alright, now back down we go. As soon as I get down to the bottom and break the last block, we should be able to activate it.
Okay, I have a gold nugget, and an ingot, and an emerald. I don't know if you need more.
No, we just need a single one. Oh, hold on, let me get some of this iron here. Hello, iron. Oh, hello, more iron.
So did you see that lanterns are going to be brighter than torches?
No.
Yeah.
When was that this? Did they just announce that this week?
No, it's been up there for a week or two. I was just... What the fuck?
Wait, so is it going to be, like just the same brightness as like glowstone and stuff, or is it going to be brighter than everything?
I don't know, let me look.
Because I think I knew it was at least going to be as bright as like those other blocks, but I was hoping either that or the campfire when they announced that. I was hoping one of those would be like a new ultra bright light source.
Slightly more light than the torch. Slightly.
Okay, so I think it's the same as like glowstone and things like that.
Did you activate the beacon?
Oh, no. Here, do you want to give me the ore? Thanks. Alright. What do we got here? Generation and haste. Haste 2. That's what we want. Haste 2. Alright.
Oh, there we go.
Enjoy. And we still have another beacon over at our woodland mansion.
Careful, we got lava down here.
Yeah, so we are at y equals 9, so we're 2 blocks below the level of lava pools, which is kind of a bummer. But that means we'll get diamonds higher up from our position than we normally would, so it's not all bad. Just gonna run back and
I
forth.
really think... Oh, look at that iron. I really think having this beacon here will be incredibly beneficial for us clearing. Oh, I don't know if you get it. You have Netflix, correct?
Yep.
You should check out... Oh, silverfish.
Check out what?
There's a Minecraft story mode on Netflix, and then you can actually choose like the story as the video's playing. So you can select what. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a choose your own adventure, but for Netflix.
Is it like based on the Telltale games?
Yep. So if you get a chance to check it out, they use actual Minecraft, blocks, and I actually got some design. You mother! After I killed all those silverfish.
Oh, this is our shared iron. It's all go into one pot.
Iron. But it's actually really cool, and I got some good design ideas from watching the video.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you get a chance, I think you and I would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, I've gotten into definitely a few different Minecraft YouTubers, and it's definitely amazing what people bend this game to do and the types of stuff that they're able to build that actually looks really good. Rosika says the campfire sounds so cool. I agree. I really hope it functions in some unique way other than just another light source.
It's gonna be for cooking. I can almost guarantee you. That's supposed to be for
I would hope it would do more than that. I think it would be
Probably
great.
like slight health regen.
I think it would be great as a tool for like the early game. Like if you could craft a campfire, it would give you like a lit up area that's like, 20 blocks in diameter or something like that. Because like that's how I would think a campfire should function.
Well, not just that, but think about, too, cooking, right? So that's always a huge pain in the butt because you can't cook until you get it.
Yep, that's true. Maybe they'll add marshmallows to the game and we can roast marshmallows. And then throw flaming marshmallows at skeletons. Well, with this Instamine, we are going to quickly fill up these chests here. Holy shit.
Well, I plan on burning up my cobblestone. I mean, unless you want me to save it, I see no reason in saving this much cobblestone, though. It's just kind of fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, we don't particularly need it.
I don't. And if we ever need cobblestone, I mean...
We're surrounded by it. But yeah, at least this beacon makes it easy for us to raise the roof a little here. Rosinka says we're a temporary spawn, like you keep your bed as a main spawn point, but it's something you can use and then break to send you back to your bed. That would be really cool. Yeah, I feel like this game could stand to have some slight tweaks made to like the spawning rules, or like provide some other option besides the whole just sleep in a bed.
Yeah, because sheep are kind of hard to find in early game, so that should be a place where you can sleep, cook, provide a light source, and it offers a slight health regeneration. I think would be a good added benefit.
Ooh, yeah. Well, those pillager raids look fucking amazing.
Did you see you can start a pillager raid if you have the curse on you when you enter a village?
Yeah, if you kill one of the pillagers holding the banner, you get a bad omen, and there's multiple bad omen levels, and that'll control the number of waves of pillager raids hit a village when you're in it. So I love that they're doing away with the zombie raids, and they're switching it to pillager raids with like some level of like actual real mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely am looking forward to that, because then we can actually use like our villager bases.
Oh
actually
yeah.
have like siege battles. And
oh yeah. Think about the mini games you could make with, taking advantage of that mechanic and everything. I'm being super lazy with this. There's just something fun about running around just aimed up at the ceiling, just chopping the ceiling down.
that's what you're doing, that's what I'm doing too.
And then
Going in rows.
Yeah, and then we'll just end up with this awesome, like, just massive cavern. Okay, let's get this iron. So iron is the priority. Don't let any iron be skipped.
Silverfish. I'm good.
Sweet. And if you don't put it out, it'll set fire to the forest. Yes, I agree, Rosinka. Have it start forest fires. And are they getting rid of zombie raids? Oh, I guess I just assumed they would be getting rid of zombie raids. It would seem kind of silly to still have those when you have pillager raids. I mean, I would hope they do, because there's nothing fun about a zombie raid. Like, you don't get anything special out of it. If you spend a lot of time near your village, one could just happen and you just randomly have villagers die and there's like no control because it's all random. I love the idea of if they switch it, if they turn that off and turn on the pillager raids, then I don't know, it just seems more fun to me.
The ability to sort of semi-control the raids, yeah.
You think it's going to break a lot of villager-based farms? Interesting. I haven't heard of any villager farms. So there's villager farms that take advantage of the zombie raid mechanic? Is it like to make an ultra zombie farm or something? Because I thought those raids were inconsistent enough that you'd never be able to make a decent farm, because they only happen rarely, but maybe if you have a bunch of overlapping villages or something, you can get a bunch of them to happen. Oh, I gotcha. Just the update in general. Well, hopefully, whatever farms they break, I would like to hope the new mechanics allow that many new farms to be created that couldn't be created now. As long as they, as long as it all balances out and whatever we lose, we gain something else.
I think our village is fine. I really don't see them getting up a giant butthole.
I love the new villager types, though. Like, I wonder what's going to happen with our existing villagers. Like, is it just... Are they going to assume a type based on the biome they're in, or... Because, yeah, there's going to be a ton of new villager skins, and that part's going to be sweet.
Like Pac-Man. Pac.
And yeah, you're right, Rosinko. The raids are freaking hard to prevent. We've tried, but yeah, you can light up the entire village and, you'll still get raided. If they want to raid you, you'll get raided. Alright, so I have mined up 51 iron so far. Not a ton, but it's something. Very good, more iron there. What's your iron count right now?
Not very much. I've been mainly focused on just taking down the ceiling. Oh wow, that looks a shitload better. Damn, that was fast. Holy shit. Look at that.
Yep, I've been working on... Yeah, it's funny when both of us work on it together. We get this shit done fast. Especially with a beacon.
Okay, I'm gonna work on tossing stuff. I have 3 iron.
3?
Yeah, again, I haven't been focusing on getting iron.
Maybe I've been
We
taking it
still have a
all.
lot of chicken upstairs, by the way, so if you're short on food.
Oh, I'm good. I got 55 cooked mutton. Rasinka says you can try putting lower slabs over water, but that's the only way you've seen for
See, that's kind of stupid that
for
you kind of
preventing zombie raids.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
Yeah, I've never been the
No.
biggest fan of how the zombie raids worked, and it's never been something that's like fun that you would want to do much with. It's just like, oh, a lot of zombies.
They get you nothing, right? And they're not even that challenging, they're just kind of annoying. Like, I think the concept's cool, but I think the villager raids is really where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
My only question is like, let's say you walk into Sky Island Village, right? I actually kind of like that name, Sky Island.
Yeah.
And you spawn a raid. Where do they spawn? In the village, outside the city, and how does it?
For the zombies?
No, for pillagers.
I'm not sure how exactly how it works, but I believe they pick, similar to how the zombies do, they like pick an area at the edge of the village. And they like spawn out there and then rush in and...
Well, I definitely see us using most of this iron for lanterns, because it's 8 ingots per lantern, and I plan on replacing all these torches.
Wait, 8
everywhere
nuggets?
with lanterns. 8 nuggets.
So that's 1 iron ore, basically, per lantern.
Exactly. I wasn't kidding when I said we need a shitload of iron. Like, the metric shit.
Yeah, maybe that'll finally convince us to build an iron golem farm, so we have, like, an endless iron generator.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, if we need that much, between that and everything else we already need it for, it might finally force our hand. And that's what Rasinka's recommending. Build an iron farm.
So we would just put one in a village and then find a way to trap them? Is that how we do it?
Yeah, it's a pretty basic design. Like, you basically have a bunch of, like, all the villagers in this little spawning area where you have just a shit ton of doors, and you get them all to spawn and everything, or, you know, to mate until you have a decent sized village, and then you just have a big water tank in the middle with, like, streams of water that when an iron golem spawns, it funnels them to the middle and they go down to a lava killing chamber.
It might be, but we do have this entire mine we plan on clearing out, so I mean...
Yeah, well, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Damn, this fucking pickaxe I have is seen better days. Oh, when you were in the end, did you happen to see my green shulker box there?
No,
No?
I didn't look.
Okay, it
I
should be
wasn't
there.
paying attention.
So yeah, when I head back, I'm gonna head back through the end, repair this pickaxe, and get my shulker box that I left behind.
Is that the one with all your stuff in it?
It's the one with all the valuables, like wither skulls and totems of undying, and
Yeah, don't want to lose that, dude. That thing's worth an untold amount of...
I know. No, last time when I was repairing my gear, I got back and I was like, oh fuck, I noticed it wasn't in the ender chest. And I think I just left it right there next to the little enchanting table.
Wow, look at that. We cleared out all of this so far. That's awesome. Fucking beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, that went really fast.
That went really fast. I'm actually surprised at how quickly we did that.
Finally got some breathing room in here. Alright, let's get some of this shit out of the ceiling now. All this ore belongs to me. Rusink of the Drowned Farm is pissing you off. You need to come up with a new plan. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. Because, yeah, if any of that farm is in War Motion, I can't believe when I read the War Motion thing, but now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever actually seen them spawn in the War Motion itself. I think it has always been outside of that biome.
What if it's in more motion, they don't spawn or something?
Yeah. Yeah, they apparently don't
Really?
spawn in that biome at all.
So you have to create zombies to swim in the ocean, or what?
Well, no, you just have to go to lukewarm ocean or regular ocean or cold ocean or whatever, and if you want to get drowned. Talking about a drowned farm.
Right.
So yeah, making a farm underwater, which we're trying to do on the nursing home, but I guess experiencing some setbacks due to some of the rules for how their spawning behavior works and the location we picked not being ideal for that. Due to depth and possible biome type. Yeah, if we're moving it, it's going in a deep ocean. It makes sense. It'll be easier to light everything up underground in a deep ocean, too. This will be that much closer to bedrock already. I used a lot of sea pickles in that area, too. A whole lot.
It's crazy how fast this shit lines up.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've been working on this for fucking ages.
Yeah, but never with... Well, remember, we used to always work with stone tools first. And then we've never brought a beacon out here second, so now we're like... Yeah, just magnitudes faster than we used to be.
Oh god, yeah. I remember when we were doing TNT blasting in this.
Oh yeah.
Our wither fight, remember? He spawned him down the end of one of the tunnels and...
Yeah, that wasn't all
got
that
an
long
arrow
ago.
fight with him.
And yeah, Rusinka, the reef will be lit up and safe. You know, it's not all bad news. Got a nice safe reef now. And especially the area around you and Christina's. You know, a lot of that is now safe from zombie or drowned attacks. I still want to call them zombies. Feels weird just calling them drowned.
Don't forget to keep an eye on your pickaxe.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm starting to watch it a little more carefully now.
I told you it was my HDMI cable.
You called it.
I'm up to 4 bars. So I'm planning my next build for my computer.
Oh, sweet. Which,
Yep,
you going with a
3080.
2080 or whatever?
1080.
Oh, nice. So it'll be a little cheaper, but you'll still get plenty of performance. Are you going with a crazy monitor, like a ultra definition monitor, or are you going to stick with 1080p?
I don't know. Probably 1080p, like the one we have, the one I'm using right now in Connie's office. It was actually supposed to be mine. It's
Yeah.
a 36-inch widescreen curved.
Yeah, and see, I feel like that's the nice thing about like a computer now, is if you're okay still going with 1080p, you really can get away with like my 980 Ti or a 1080 for a good number of years, because I feel like the majority of graphic card capabilities are going to push higher resolutions, and if you're not using those higher resolutions, you can still play a lot of modern games at like, you know, max or near max settings.
Yeah. But it's going to be a Thermaltake case, Thermaltake power supply, 850 watts, 9th gen Intel 8-core processor, the 9000 series.
Is that 8 cores with hyper-threading, or just 8 cores?
No, it's got hyper-threading, but it's only 500.
It's $500?
Yep.
Still a hefty penny for a processor, but it seems like it's, I mean, it seems like it's worth that. If it's truly 8 cores with hyper-threading, 500 is a good deal for that.
Yeah, it's the new 9th generation Intel. Do liquid cooling, Thermaltake liquid cooling, Thermaltake case, 16 gigs of RAM, and a terabyte solid.
Well, you have to let me know how the liquid cooling goes. I've never bothered with that. I've always done, you know, just standard heatsink and fan cooling.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about, you know, the motherboard too. It's a Asus Tough TUF motherboard. It's about $230, but it supports all the high-end stuff. It's got, you know, the Thermaltake casing, all the fans are red, green, blue, and the power supply. You know, it's got all the bells and whistles. But the liquid cooling is only $250, and it's a 3-fan radiator with a
You said only $250?
yeah.
Well, for cooling, obviously that's expensive, because I think I have usually paid about $30 for a heatsink.
Right.
I assume you're going to be overclocking if you're going with all that liquid cooling?
I don't think I need to yet, but it gives me the capability. Well, number one, you know, of course, you know, the one bad thing for motors and cars and, you know, the human body is heat, right?
Yep.
So I think tackling that problem will save me in the long run, and it'll give me longevity out of the machine. If I just paid the extra $200, I'll probably get an extra year or two out of it. And then when I do need to overclock it, which will be probably 7 years from now, I have the capability.
Yeah, I've never bothered with overclocking, except for I think I've gotten some equipment here and there that was like stock overclocked.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I don't want to have to.
Yeah, because
Right.
I don't want to put that
Because-
strain on my components, but I figure, you know, that's kind of what you get liquid cooling for typically, is so that you can
Right.
strain them more without actually having them running a
doing
lot
it-
hotter.
I'm doing it for the wow factor, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, when you talk about spending money, right? It's like, what do you spend your money on? I like having cool, fancy, you know, toys that, not a lot of cool, fancy toys, but the things that I do have, I try to make them, you know, hand-built and nice, you know, so
Yeah.
it's some bragging rights, too.
Yeah,
You know, the
totally.
same reason I'm going with a big-ass, you know, 454 motor, right?
Yeah.
Forward out and stroke, 900 horsepower. It's not because I have to, it's because I want to.
Yeah. So Rasinka says, okay, really noob question, what is overclocking? So overclocking is where you manipulate the voltage on your CPU or GPU and the clock speed. There's a couple of settings you have to adjust kind of simultaneously, and you get it to run faster than it's designed to run. So you could get like, if it's normally 4 gigahertz, you could maybe overclock it to 4.6 gigahertz or something like that. But it involves...
Basically turbocharging.
Yeah, but you're putting more strain on it, so, you know, where it might normally run at, 26 degrees Celsius, it might run at like 35 degrees Celsius. And so over time, you're going to wear your components out faster when you're overclocking. So, there's trade-offs. You get better performance. You can get, especially if you overclock your GPU, you can definitely get higher frame rates in games and stuff, but
Oh yeah.
the trade-off
That's why
is
people do it.
shit will burn out sooner.
That's why you have to have liquid cooling, is because traditional heat sinks just don't do as good of a job as liquid cooling. Kind of like cars, right? That's why you need an intercooler and a turbo versus
Yeah.
air cooled. Like, you have to have
But,
the liquid cooling.
in the age we live in with the type of hardware that we have, I don't know. I'm sure people would disagree with me, but I don't think overclocking is really hardly ever necessary. I mean, if you really think about what hardware can do, what games, there's usually like a rare couple games that struggle to run on max settings with a decent card. That problem, it used to be like Crysis, everything had a hard time running Crysis, and maybe if you overclocked the shit out of your system, you could get it to 60 frames a second on max settings, but like these days,
I played
don't know.
Crysis on high settings. I was getting some bad frame rate issues on Ultra, but I was able to run Crysis successfully
that's cool.
back when this thing was new. But if I were to try that now, it would fucking blow up.
Yeah, it would just melt Crysis.
Yeah. Crysis would melt it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. And yeah, Rusinka, that's right. It would kill things quicker, and you'd have to build a new PC. But yeah, just depending on what you want out of your gaming experience, if you really get off on having the highest frame rates you can possibly obtain and cranking every setting to the max, and there's nothing wrong with that. And overclocking will definitely move that needle a little higher than not overclocking.
Yeah, but adding liquid cooling isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's probably better for your processor because it keeps it cooler.
Yeah.
And like I said, it adds some longevity to your system, especially if you're going to be spending a good chunk of money on a processor. You want to invest that money and keep it cool.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I guess I feel like I upgrade computers just often enough, like once every 5-6 years or so, that I'm not really going to see much of that benefit from liquid cooling, because by the time anything would start to wear down enough that it would start to fail, I would probably already be on the way to buying a new computer, or building a new computer.
Yep. And that's
Hey,
just
what's
it.
up,
If
Sierra?
you're not doing it for the wow factor, there's not really a huge. All right, I gotta call it quits on my pickaxe. If
Yep.
I go anymore, I might.
You wanna run to the end with me? I gotta go sleep in a bed over here and I gotta do that fast. See ya.
Right here next to you.
No, you're not. Haha. Try all you can. You will not catch me.
What if I busted a speed motion?
What if you what?
Busted out a speed motion.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't be able to get upstairs.
No, you won't.
But basically, liquid cooling Racinka, you have, I don't know if you know what it is, but you have 3 fans that are attached to a radiator, and it's got cooling that goes to like a little heat sink that's on top of your processor. And as the liquid flows through it, it heats up the liquid, transferring it away from the processor into the liquid, and then it goes through the radiator and it cools it off. And yeah.
Here, come sleep in your bed too if you're not already on your way there.
God, you're so fucking demanding.
I know. I want to be able to come back here when I'm done. Got more mining to do. And I can bring my other pickaxes with me.
I'm coming. I'll sleep with you.
Thanks.
Why is it not letting me sleep? There we go.
Hang on.
I see you just standing there far away from your bed. Oh, there you go.
There we go. But for those of you who don't know anything about cars, you know, turbos work the same way, and superchargers, you're using forced induction. That generates a shitload of heat, and the heat is bad for cars because the heat, basically the oxygen molecules are moving faster and are less densely packed in the combustion chamber. So you have to have you have to cool it off in order to get the biggest bang for your buck.
Well, yeah, heat is universally, you know, the one thing that will kill everything. You know, get it as cold as you can. That's why there's a concept of superconductors. You know, you cool certain things down cold enough, like 1 to 2 degrees Kelvin, and it'll conduct electricity like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's I forget what that's called. Superconductivity. I think you're right. Where they tried it in San Diego or San Francisco.
Yeah, it has virtually a zero resistance to it. I mean, there's obviously it's a non-zero resistance to the conductor, but
with zero resistance, that means you have really light speed.
Yeah, the less atoms are excited, you know, the better like electric current can flow through them and everything. And heat just fucks everything up, just everywhere. It cooks shit in my backyard.
Yep. That's
cooks
why
shit in my computer. Cooks shit in my car.
That's why in motors it's a little bit different. Is oxygen molecules are more closely packed together when it's cold out. So if you use like a cold air intake or an intercooler, those oxygen molecules are closer together, so you have a bigger combustion when the cylinders.
Yep.
And fun fact, I'm actually thinking that when I build my motor, it's going to be ethanol, so the alcohol motor, which means it's number one, better for the environment. Number two, you get a shitload more horsepower.
And you can just drop rubbing alcohol into it.
Well, you could.
Oh, I made you think about that one.
Yeah. Or Everclear, you know.
Got my fucking shulker box back. Yes! Oh.
But the interesting thing about it is alcohol actually has oxygen in it. So you actually get a lot more combustion since it's like 9.5 to 1 fuel-air ratio that you need compared to 14.7 to 1. So you can get like much more oxygen in your air-fuel ratio. And because the way alcohol, the molecule is formed, when you do forced induction, it actually supercools the fuel. So, like alcohol engines will actually get frost build up on the intake manifold because of the pressure in the alcohol. So, tons more horsepower.
Also, leaded fuel is better for engines.
Than alcohol?
I'm just saying. When they used leaded fuel, that was better for engines too.
Oh yeah, because it's less deposit.
Okay.
But the cool thing is they actually sell ethanol at the pump. It's called E85 Flex Fuel, and the U.S. government subsidizes it, so it's actually the cheapest gas in the market. But they only use it for very specific cars. Only crazy people drive high horsepower motors with it. Because it's, you know, when I first started researching that, I thought it was 85 octane. It's not, it's 110 octane. Subsidized fuel. So, I'm super excited.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
You could just go pure electric car and have infinite torque.
Well, it's not infinite torque, it's limited by the motor, but yeah, it's 100% torque, is what But I guarantee you will never get the speed or horsepower or torque of a big block Chevy that you would in like car. I mean, you would need, like, a giant Tesla factory.
With superconductors. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, Owl? Zero resistance, the less losses. Oh, hi, guys, says Owl. Yeah, I studied
Ohm's law.
all of that way back in college.
Isn't it Ohm's law?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's... Ohm's law is V equals IR. You know, the whole voltage equals
Velocity, the whole
resistance times current. But yeah, when you go through the electrical engineering coursework, you have to take all the physics classes and shit behind that, so... Electromagnetism, thermodynamics, a whole lot of engineering math, and solid-state physics and stuff like that, so... I've forgotten most of it, honestly, because, of course, you never use that shit after you learn it, but... I don't know, I still remember shit about Fermi levels, or the Fermi gap, and how diodes can emit light if the Fermi gap is just right and they're built with the right wavelength, where light emits at, you know, a blue wavelength or red or whatever. I don't know, I'm just spouting bullshit at this point because I really don't remember the specifics anymore. This was like over 10 years ago. It's kind of sad, like, it's really cool knowledge to have, and it's a bummer that there's just was no use for it after I got out of college.
Yeah.
But such is life.
Made you the man you are today.
Oh, you left the game. Alright, I should probably... Are you coming down here to farm this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to stay over here? To help you?
Just stay over there for a second.
Okay.
I actually might step away for a second and grab some medication while I...
Unless you use it in work like I have. Oh, that's awesome, Al. I'm glad you're able to use that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, when I first got out of school, I was doing basic power design for like street lighting systems and stuff, but I mean, it was really basic stuff. It was just like plugging stuff into a spreadsheet and making sure the conductors had the ampacity to, you know, support the level of current going through. Damn, you got booted again. Yep, I think this area is still pretty rough on your connection. Maybe I'll help you defeat these guys, and then you can just get all the experience.
Yeah, give me a shot. I'm gonna take my gear off again.
Okay, there you go. Bunch of fresh experience for you.
Okay, I need to step away from this one.
Alright, I will get you repaired if you just stick right there. I gotcha.
Okay.
Oh no, he got booted again. That's terrible. Well, what do I do now? Guess I hog all this experience and just keep making books. Oh, Depth Strider, Bane of Arthropods, Fire Protection. Oh wait, no, we still have another one. Bane of Arthropods 4. Okay, what now? Loyalty 3. I guess we'll get another Loyalty 3 book. There we go. Got quite a stockpile of those loyalty books now. I wish I'd actually get some more channeling and Riptide books. Oh, just put these back on now, can't we? Damn. This really works fast. Another silk touch there. You know what? I think I'm gonna just leave this area. Yeah, you got booted again. Maybe it's because we're both in the area. Try not to steal any of your experience. You should be getting repaired pretty quickly with all of this.
They might have just booted me again.
No, you're still there. For now, at least. Oh, there you go, you're booted. Alright, let me get out of here. I'm only making things worse. I think. I'll just get these books and stuff. Okay. Put the shield back. Oh, wait a minute, we gotta switch my gear out a little bit.
Booted. Oh, no, we're still good.
Okay, Lime Shulker Box, I will never lose you again. And let's get rid of... Actually, no, let's take these back to the base over there. We could use some ender pearls over there. Alright, see ya.
I'm almost prepared.
Oh, damn, these sound like some pissed off Endermen. It's always fun climbing up this thing. After it's been running for a while and just seeing them pour through. Damn, it's working really well right now. That's probably why it worked so much better, or it didn't boot you as much when I was in the overworld, as I was taking away some of the spawns from it, so it was moving a little bit slower.
Maybe.
I still want us to totally overhaul this central island here.
Ooh, Power 4. What's a good book to have, right?
Yeah, that's what on your... Yeah, that's for your bow. So you can get up to Power 5, so if you get 2 Power 4 books, merge those babies.
Efficiency 4?
Efficiency 4 is always a great thing to have. What I'm in search of mostly is just more and more trident enchants. Kind of have most everything else covered multiple times over, but there's some trident enchants that are still kind of hard to get.
Okay, where are the Endermen? They're there.
Yep, I've started stealing some of them away. Now that I'm back on the middle island, I'm taking up some of the mob cap. There we go, I'm back at our base.
Loyalty 3 or Efficiency 4?
Well, it's your call. I've got quite a few Loyalty 3 books, so as far as Trident enchants go, that's the one that we really don't need, but if you want more, it never hurts to have it. I mean, efficiency is pretty widely used, I'd say. We have 5 stacks of iron ingots here in the space, so we definitely...
So that's 5 stacks of lanterns.
Yeah. But that's just at this base, so we're on the right track. Oh shit, what was I gonna do with these?
Okay, I'm up to... My ship's fully repaired. I'm just getting up to level 30 again.
Cool.
Yeah, you must have taken the Enderman spawn, because they're...
Yeah, but it's not, and now it's not booting you, which is
This is true, yeah.
a very good thing. So yeah, just so you know, there's 13 and a half stacks of TNT up here in this base. Yeah, you just got booted.
No. I seriously want to make a suicide chamber with a 300 by 300 by 300 blocks of TNT.
Oh my god.
That's actually equivalent to a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. Al says, how many tridents do you have, Zeus? How is fishing as a way to find rare trident enchant books? I think fishing is going to be a lot slower. I mean, if I were to do an automatic fish farm, which I'm morally opposed to, then yeah,
Morally opposed.
over time I would get them. Well, that's the kind of farm that like goes a little, for my own personal taste, it goes a little too far, because it involves like rigging up your keyboard to like bind your left click so your character just stands in one place holding down the left click at a very specific angle so that it can farm something quote unquote automatically. I mean, you know, technically it's...
I got booted.
Yeah, you did. And technically there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not the type of farm that I like to use. Like an iron farm, that's totally legit because you're not... You know, you're using the mechanics within the game. The fish farm is like kind of slight exploitation of the mechanics, especially with having to use external kind of special settings to make the farm work. Sierra says, ask Ancient about extreme levels of TNT. Let's see if he has been summoned. You've never been opposed to standing and fishing for days, but can't imagine it's good streaming? Oh. Then you haven't seen my hours upon hours of fishing that I have done on these streams. I do like stopping and just like fishing for a little while. When the time is right. Damn, you got booted again.
God damn it.
Oh, I think it's because it's daytime here and I can't take any of those mob spawns away right now.
Well, I'm done with doing what I need to do. I'm just dropping off the excess books and...
Gotcha. Alright, let me take a quick break before we continue. And then, yeah, I'm here in the base. I'll be ready to head down to the mine for round 2.
Sounds good.
Feel so alive. I've never felt this way before. It must be you and I. It's got me thinking about us more. It's these bright lights that put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage. It's your future vibes. Bright lights that put me in a trance, so I feel like I can do it all. It's a good life that I really want. It's those future vibes.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, I am in the base. Made it.
Sweet. Oh, hey.
Hey.
Alright, down to the mine we go. I'll let you take the mine cart.
No, I can run. It's fine. You can take it.
Alright, fine, I'm taking it. Taking it. Uh-oh. I've stopped moving. Oh, wait, that's because you're blocking me. I was like, what happened? Did the game lag? Oh, nope.
Yeah, rubber banded me.
Well, at some point, we also need to come back into this main atrium here and finish the mining in that back corner there.
Yeah.
And then,
Remove the beacon.
and then, yeah, finish, like, hashing out this little underground base, underground village, whatever we want to call it.
We also gotta finish the fortress as well. But I think Tucson is first priority.
Yep.
After we get some more iron.
Yeah. Iron is priority 1, Tucson's priority 2, and then, yeah, finishing up most of our shit here comes after that, in whatever order we decide to do it. And yeah, that'll keep us busy for quite some time. And it'll be nice to have a bunch of different things to switch between, so if we, if we're ever getting bored of whatever project we're working on, we go to one of our multiple bases and just continue, expanding things out, or, break ground on a new area. We still eventually need to build some kind of a base in the coral reef, but I feel like that's like a longer term goal.
And we saw the woodland mansion that we've been back to.
Yep. We have a base that we kind of started there. I mean, at least we kind of appropriated the inside of the mansion and got most of that sorted out. See, that'll be awesome when the new update hits and we have all those new blocks. That would be really cool to redo the mansion and like set up different rooms as like, with different functions. Which is what I feel like the Woodland Mansion was all like trying to do naturally anyways. This is so mesmerizing, just the staring up and mining. It's gotta be one of my favorite things ever. And then we have our mine under our base that shall not be named as well. I mean, we've actually... There's actually a huge area mined there too. I mean, I would say rivaling this area. definitely something I don't think we've really ever done is build an underground base. Even on the nursing home. I'm trying to think. You know, we do have that big area in the mine, but I don't think we've really built any underground bases, so to speak. Like either a massive structure underground or like a big sprawling underground town.
Well, yeah, I think they were planning on building a city, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Villager.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think like a little city built into the underground ravine, like cliff sides. And, well, you know, those houses...
Nothing named. I was kind of planning on doing that with those trees, and there's a farm on...
Wait, with which trees?
There's trees in the underground cavern because I punched a hole in the... there's a ravine there, and there's glass. It's like a glass, whatchamacallit, panes that you can walk
Wait, where is this? Down in the
by
mine?
the building. Yeah, down by the shared... It's kind of like where we first landed in the piece of shell.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
There's trees and
Yeah,
down
oh
there.
my god, I totally fucking forgot about that.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I remember now. Yeah, because you had done just a little bit of work. You covered it in glass, and then you put some like basic crops in a tree down there and some dirt.
Yep.
And lit most of it up.
Yep.
I like how it's just
They could grow.
I like how it's just kind of a standalone cavern. I mean, you can break through and it goes into our big mine on one end, but it's definitely a cool little feature. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome if you built like your own little village into those walls.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing.
Well, I'm excited for you to get your new computer. One big reason is because I'm curious if it fixes some of these connection issues. Like seeing how, you know, the graphic plugging your thing into the wrong port resulted in like appearing to be a network issue. I wonder if, just generally speaking,
it'll be a couple months before I have enough money to.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be good, you know, $1,500 to $2,000 for new computer, but we are upgrading the Wi-Fi to 802.1 AC, and I'll have, of course, the AC dongle. So.
Wait, I forget. Are you on wireless right now or wired?
It's wired on a wireless access extender, but the extender I think is N.
Okay.
Because that's all that my router supports. So I think once I go to 5G, it'll really help. We're getting a Ubiquity wireless router.
Wait,
and we're just
so
gonna turn off.
is your internet cable internet coming into your house, or it's a wireless point into your house?
It's cable. It's DSL.
DSL. Okay. Okay.
Correct.
There, that makes me feel better. I want
20 megabit DSL. So it's not fast, but
20 megabits should be plenty for playing a game like Minecraft and doing some basic,
yeah.
like video streaming or whatever.
I'm also on the 3rd floor, and the wireless is down on the 1st floor, so you know that you got lots of insulation in between. So it says I have full signal strength, but I mean I'm obviously going to get incredible performance gains with 5G.
Yeah, well, and you think about it, the times that you tend to lag out in this game are when we're near water or when we're near a bunch of mobs, things that would be hitting your CPU and your GPU a lot more heavily. So I really wonder if when you get the new PC, if just the better specs are gonna, you know, your computer will be able to keep up with, you know, whatever calculations it needs to and, you know, respond and, you know, maintain a network connection better.
I'm sure it will, because I know that that motherboard that I'm looking at has an AC adapter built on the...
Yeah.
So AC adapter mixed with a 8-core processor and a 1080 graphics card. I mean, there really shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah, I think
There
it'll be
isn't.
fine.
It's with my service provider.
I've read that Minecraft is like really poorly optimized though, and it actually taxes your CPU and your GPU a lot more heavily than you would expect. So, you know, while it can run on a lot of things, it definitely can fuck your shit up. Let's put it that way.
Especially some of the bases we built. I mean, they're pretty graphics intensive. Some of the chunks.
Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, so Rosinka said there's apparently a massive storm incoming, 100 milliliters of rain due. Ooh, and flash flooding. A zombie cyclone? What the fuck is a zombie cyclone?
What? Okay, that's
What is that?
cool.
And Sierra says, that's painful, Matt. My condolences for your network.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're getting a Ubiquiti wireless router with 5G, so
And,
I don't know if you know much about Ubiquiti, but they're awesome routers for wireless access points.
No, I'm not as familiar with that. Well, Matt or Sierra is asking if you get a chance to shoot the specs through in the old people Discord in our old folks chat, so he can take a look at what you're planning to build. He's curious.
Old people.
Yeah. Sierra is a fellow PC aficionado. He's one of us. He can totally understand the boners that we get for new computers. Because he too gets those boners, I'm sure. Yeah, man, I don't feel like a strong desire to build a new PC now, but definitely when I build one, I want to maintain this one so that I can stream and run the Minecraft server from a different machine. Because I definitely am running a lot concurrently on one machine here. That'd be my main motivation for upgrading, is just having 2 computers so that I can offload some of the shit that I'm doing to another PC. And zombie cyclone is a cyclone that formed, then started to dissipate, then has reformed.
Okay, I posted the specs. It's a Thermaltake P5 case, so it's one of the ones that are suspended but have glass windows on 3 sides, and you can like hang it on your wall.
Oh, that's cool.
Thermaltake 850 PSU, 850 watt, 9th gen Intel core processor. It's got a hyper-threading and a pretty reasonably priced.
Shit, man, I just came.
Yeah, 16 gigs of
So
RAM.
did Sierra, I'm
solid
sure.
state.
He said he's been hard since we started talking about liquids cooling.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. It's Asus motherboard, tough TUF gaming motherboard.
I hate that it's Asus. I feel like it should really be Asus, but it is Asus, and that bothers me. That bothers me because I want to call it Asus.
Asus.
Asus is such a like sleeker sounding name. Maybe it sounds too much like Aces though, you know, like I've got a pack of Aces.
Yeah, it's and they've all got the red, green, blue color adapter thing, so you can change the colors on it. But mainly, you know, it's performance. But with the clear windows, you get a good airflow. You get, you know, you can actually see all the cool stuff that's going on inside. Liquid cooling will definitely give it a cool wow factor, and you know, increase the longevity and horsepower of the processor. Because you know, Windows and Intel, they throttle based on the temperature of the processor. And then 16 gigabyte RAM. I think the Intel 9K to 8-core. So definitely be able to do lots of with hyper-threading. It's I don't know if it's Ivy League or Ivy Bridge. I don't know if they've moved beyond the 22 nanometer infrastructure.
Aren't they on 14 nanometer now?
It might be whatever the latest and greatest is what
I'll
probably end up getting.
That's the one that I always lose track of, whatever the current name is. From Ivy Bridge to Sandy Bridge to the Coffee Lake. Wait, well, it wasn't one of them Coffee something.
I don't know.
Was it Coffee Lake?
But
Coffee
honestly,
bridge.
the nano bridging isn't like. I mean, yeah, that's cool specs to throw out to people, but it doesn't mean anything other than it's just small architecture. It doesn't necessarily make it faster per
Well,
se.
small architecture means lower voltage requirements, so it's about efficiency and power consumption too.
Right.
That's I think the big thing they usually tout. And then you can fit that many more transistors on a die, which means just a higher number of transistors.
So I can't think of any other specs other than what I've mentioned that I would need to spout off, because I think that's it. That's everything. So that's anywhere, like the case is $200, the cooling's $250, the processor's $500, graphics card's $500, power supply unit's like $200, motherboard's $200. So yeah, about $2,000 for everything. And then of course I'll eventually be upgrading my mouse and keyboard. Probably my mouse. I've had my SteelSeries Sensei for fucking 7 years now, and it works like a champ. So I'm definitely sticking with SteelSeries.
Nice.
And I will be getting a new headset, because mine's a piece of crap. If you saw it, you would be sad. It's held together with duct tape. Or mask.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't upgraded my computer, and it's been 7 years now, actually. It has been 7 years since I built this
Yeah.
thing.
Well, sounds like this one you'll be able to get another 7 years out of. Hopefully, at least.
And I think that's a good investment. I mean, $1,500 for 7 years. I mean, that's a.
I mean, Moore's
That's a
law
good
has
investment.
ended, right? We're not like we've reached the expiration of Moore's law. I don't think computer speeds or the number of die on a chip is still doubling every 18 to 24 months like it used to.
Until we get
But
into
I know
quantum computing.
Moore's law has like changed over time, like what exactly is like encompassed under Moore's law, and so I think through like innovations in three-dimensional transistors and things like that, they've managed to. It definitely it was extended far past its initial like estimated lifetime, because there's just like a limit to how small you can make something. Once you're
I'll
dealing
get into
with
quantum computing.
yeah,
and
quantum
start
computing.
over.
Yeah.
I mean, Moore's law would be 100% back in, because it would literally depend on the number of qubits you get on a chip.
Yep.
Every qubit you add would add that power. That
Yeah.
how many qubits to that power. If you have 4 qubits, is to the 4th power. So you want to talk about exponential increases? That's where.
Oh.
And then encryption will be a thing of the past. Everything that you have encrypted will no longer be encrypted.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, think about qubits and how they function and how prime numbers factor into AES 256. I mean, you could crack AES 256 in days. Well, now it takes hundreds, if not thousands, of years.
Well.
You know how it works, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can solve that piece of the problem, but there's always going to be vulnerabilities, and that vulnerability is usually centered around humans.
Well, the vulnerability is that it's based on the limitations of mathematical computation. So once you break that,
Well, that's
qubits,
assuming
right?
you're looking to decrypt something by brute force. Like there's always going to be those more indirect methods that get people the same information they're looking for.
Rainbow tables and hashes. Figuring out what the hash is, and having rainbow tables or dictionary attacks. Yeah. that's a little bit different. But if you talking brute force, qubits would be the way to go.
Or just, being really convincing when you call customer support saying you're the owner of that account and you lost your
Social
info.
engineering.
That's the real
Social
fucking threat. Like, I feel like it's such a reliable way to get things that, if you somehow
that's what
immunize
I
yourself from
specialize
that,
in,
you're
right?
probably safe. What?
That's what I specialize in.
Is social engineering?
That's one thing that I am well versed on. Yeah, social engineering and methodologies and.
I'm sure you have to
Yeah.
tell people all the time, don't.
Nope.
If someone sends an email and
Oh,
you've
yeah,
never
don't
heard of
click
the
on
person
links.
and they have a link in it and they're telling you that you have a bill overdue or that
Yeah.
you've been summoned to court and you need to click this link and enter your username and password, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, but people still do it, and
Yep.
corporate CEOs is the main culprits because you can't reprimand them, right? They just
Yeah.
kind of shrug their shoulders and be like,
They're just like, but the computer told me that I was going to jail.
No, the one I hear the most is, well, I thought we had a robust security. What am I paying those guys? It's like,
It's like you clicked a fucking link to something you have no idea what it is and entered your username and password. You can't protect.
the other thing
You can only
too
protect
is-
so much against stupid.
well, the other thing too is a lot of these corporate CEOs, they demand to have admin accounts on their computer. So when they do this crap, they do it as the administrator, which is just fucking retarded. And excuse my language, but it's fucking retarded. Like you're a whole different level of dumb if you go in as root or as administrator and start clicking links or browsing. It's just very bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they said like 70% of all U.S. technologies are stolen from social engineering, or at least they were in 2017.
Yeah. It's a pretty reliable way to do it. I read a story about some kid who had his PlayStation account stolen by these like poachers, and he had it stolen over and over again because they would just call PlayStation customer support and they built enough of a profile about him that they were able to convince them every time that it was theirs, and they ended up locking him out of his own account. And it got to a point that he was basically completely fucked, had no way to recover his own account despite having like all the information. And the only reason he got it back was because of the journalist that did the story on him, like emailed Sony, and they were real quick in fixing the situation then.
Yeah, it's so there is if you guys are real big into computers, you got to go to DEF CON. It's held in Las Vegas, so win-win. But they have a social engineering workshop that they do, and in this workshop they basically put a guy up on stage with a laptop and a soundproof box and a laptop and a microphone and a phone. And his job is to, on stage live, social engineer his way into a corporate network. And some of the shit these guys do is just fucking genius. Because they build a rapport with the other person on the line, they ask about the weather, they're on LinkedIn and Facebook, and like, I've been here, been there, they build that rapport with them, and then, they build the confidence and trust with whoever they're talking with, and the shit they give up is just incredible.
Yep.
It's very cool to go see. Pretty terrifying too, but very cool to go see.
I'm sure the person on the other end is fired on the spot.
See, that's something that they don't want to happen. So, at the end of this conference, they do let the victims know that they were able to penetrate the networks. When I went in 2016, Cisco actually got hacked.
Oh,
They
damn.
immediately notified Cisco, live on stage.
I was
And
gonna
they immediately
say,
notified Cisco.
did they penetrate you?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is they sell these rogue access devices called pineapples. And if you're in the hacking world, you know what a pineapple is. And they're just awful, awful devices. They basically can just see everything you send across this wireless access point. and you can make it drown out other signals, so that your computers are automatically defaulted to go with the strongest signal. So by blocking other signals and making it stronger, it's almost like a parasite road access point that literally convinces your computer to connect to it. And then you can set up anything you want, like, in this particular case, we stayed at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas, and there was Paris free Wi-Fi, just like hundreds of devices. Paris doesn't have fucking Wi-Fi. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, don't ever bring your computer or your phone to one of those conferences. It's a bad idea.
Well, alright, I will avoid that. Hey, what's up, Bird? And Gigi vs.
But it's pretty
Sachi.
cool.
No, you can't play with us. This is private.
It's
You can't.
Can I have your IP address?
That's usually what people do. Exclamation IP. And
it's 150
Sierra
bucks
said
at
he's
the
seen
door.
so many DEF CON talks. They're fucking amazing.
Dude, you should go. If you're really into DEF CON, if you ever have the money or the time, it is absolutely worth it.
Fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Because when you gamble, you drink for free. So if you stop at the slot machine or the table on your way in between the conferences, because basically it's just conference after conference after conference in 10 different halls. So you kind of pick your schedule, what you want to go see.
Yeah.
Well, in between your travel, in between the conferences, there's like a 30-minute break. So stop and play a couple games, grab yourself some drinks, and then you just get a room full of just drunk hackers.
I
It's just
really,
awesome.
really just love the whole, sit down and gamble and we'll give you free alcohol. Like, man, what a symbiotic relationship that is.
Yeah. I got
Seriously.
pretty fucked up, I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, yes, I will keep throwing all my money away because you're giving me free alcohol. Like, who would have known?
It's a win-win for me because I feel like I throw my money away when I drink anyway. So. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. They charge $150 at the door for obvious fucking reasons. Nobody's gonna give them their credit card because nobody's that stupid. And it's a lot of fun. I had an absolute blast. I would definitely do it again.
Oh, look at this. Look at what we found here. Some diamond. I'm also on fire.
Yes, you are. And I need to go repair my shit.
Sierra loves the badges as well, the little puzzles in the DEF CON badges.
Yep. I have a term. So mine looked like so 2016 it was Age of the Machine or Rise of the Machines, which was sort of like the theme of that DEF CON, and they had the military agency DARPA. And if you know anything about DARPA, they're the ones who kind of do all the really cool, like Superman, Iron Man, all the latest and greatest toys and tools.
Yep.
Well, they brought DARPA in, and they basically had a $5 million prize for one of 5 teams. So each team had 3 years, I think, to develop an AI software that was able to not only learn to attack the other 4 machines, but defend itself. So basically, it's autonomous, defense and attack algorithms, and the price of so the winners would get $5 million, but they would also have to give up the software to the military. So there's that.
Sign their soul over to the devil.
Yeah. So, but the badges that year were Terminator badges, and on the lanyards themselves there was a code. I'll have to take a picture and upload it because that's actually what I carry, put my keys on every day. So my car keys are actually on the DEF CON lanyard, and it's got like a code wrapped around it. Well, you have to take the badge and wrap the lanyard around the badge, and the numbers line up, which is the code to an IP address or something. And then you go to that IP address and you have to find something in the code to lead you to the next piece. It's like a scavenger hunt.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. But they have yeah. If you're into computers, I definitely recommend going. They also had Tesla and Chevy there, and they were offering prizes to whoever could hack the cars remotely. And Chevy lost in like the first 6 hours. It was pretty funny.
How
You
did
know, someone was
Tesla
able
do?
to. I don't remember. I don't think anyone survived, but I think that they learned a lot, which is, you know, the main reason they go to these things.
Man,
Yeah, and then my favorite part is in that same space that they were doing the car hacking. They were doing a capture the flag, so they had 10 teams of individuals, and you basically had a file on your system, and the first person to capture the other team's files or keep their own wins. And the funny thing about it was every team was Asian, and their tables were just mounds of pizza boxes and Red Bull. I mean, it was so fucking cliche. I couldn't even tell you.
well, that makes me a little bit sad. I wanna not believe in these types of stereotypes that hackers are sitting there eating pizza and drinking soda into the night.
Yeah, but I mean, these kids were up for days and days because you know it was you know there's no break. So I mean, they were just fueled on Red Bull and pizza. But the cool thing was the DARPA thing is they actually showed it live on stage. These computers attacking each other. It was almost like an esports thing where they showed like the path that the computers were taking and like the you know what you know how the computers were learning in real time. It was really cool to watch because you know what you know they would you know one computer would try to attack you know a certain port, and then that computer would learn try the same port but a different way of you know TCP rather than UDP or you know different yeah I couldn't get into more detail.
No, they didn't go to serial. That's what's gonna throw everyone off. Just go back to using a technology that nobody fucking knows anymore because they don't need to.
Yeah.
Gonna transmit this shit at 2600 baud, motherfucker. To drop address.
Dial-up.
Drop address 17. On
So-
port 3. Ow.
So it was pretty cool because you could see like one computer, you know, like get in through one layer of security, bypass the firewall, and everybody starts cheering, you know. And
Yeah.
they're completely autonomous
Even
supercomputers, so they actually rolled in a big water cooler on the back of a semi truck
One stop
and
hit.
parked in the middle of the convention center.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they had all the Terminator movies they were playing, and it was wild, man. It was really cool. And it was in Vegas, so, I mean, you know, you can get anything in Vegas. Literally fucking anything. I can vouch from first-hand experience. You can get anything in Vegas.
A human head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get it in Vegas.
Alright. Well. I would expect
I haven't tried.
no less.
But,
Sierra says, do you know how many embedded devices can be compromised because of serial ports?
oh shit.
There was a DEF CON talk, the guy hacks over 100 devices just because of open serial ports. That's hilarious. Alright, well fuck, people still know about serial, damn it.
Oh shit, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. You got a lava spill.
Oh, haha. That looks funny. I'm just gonna mind my own business over here. Man, we put that beacon in a good spot. We're getting good coverage here.
One of the other cool things was Bluetooth locks in your home. One guy's talk was he was able to open a door with a Bluetooth device from a quarter mile away using high gain. And
Yeah.
you just brute force them, and one of the key factors is most of the locks they advertise AES-like encrypt. So this guy pointed it out, and sure as shit, it took him like 3 minutes to brute force it, and everybody started laughing. So the key takeaway was, if this is AES-like encryption, it's fucking garbage. Alright, my pickaxe is fried. Let's,
Alright, I think it is near time to head back. I don't know if I want to go back to the end again. Do you want to go back to the end again?
It'll give me a good place to stop, get my shit repaired and then come back and log out.
Okay.
Unless you think we're done mining down here and we can head back to the other base.
I think after this session, we're pretty good. I've got over 3 stacks of iron ore here.
Okay.
And that's in addition to all the iron ore I got last time.
I think it's a pretty good chunk. I think we'll definitely able to get 1, maybe 2 big bases completed with lantern.
Yeah.
But this looks really good down here. I mean, we got a lot done.
I know, man.
Look at all this. Definitely Mines of Moria worthy. Yeah.
Yep, I think once we head back over here, after we finish Tucson and we, head back over here to start working on this base again, I think it's all going to come together real quickly, because we had made good progress on all of this. We don't have a whole lot more to, wrap some of these things up. People know about it, but it's almost like manufacturers and product designers forget about it. Bluetooth locks are also very insecure. Yeah.
Well, with those security devices, they're not going to spend tons of money on making them actual AES 256 security devices. That's just, security companies are lazy, notoriously lazy.
Yeah, you just have to accept that you're never going to be completely secure. I mean, even with physical locks, someone's going to be able to pick a lock, and
that's why you go segregated networks, right? And that's one way to do it. Air gap networks.
I remember I was able to get a couple of friends back into their apartments because I had a lockpick kit. Don't ask me why I had a lockpick kit, but
I have one. They're tons of fun.
But yeah, it literally took me just a single night of practicing on my own door to figure out, just to get that feel for, when you get the pins above the little chamber or whatever, and you can start turning it. I forget all the terms for it, but it's amazing just how quickly.
Well, you'll get a kick out of this one. I got some locks from Harbor Freight just to kind of fuck around. And the locks look like mag locks, Magna, or what are they called? Help me out here. What are the real popular locks called?
Mag locks?
Thank you, mag locks.
Master,
they look like
master
mag
locks.
Master locks. There you go. Master.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a couple.
Master lock. I'm heading over to the end, by the way.
Okay, I was just.
They look like master locks, but on the bottom of master lock, this is master. Well, these ones said security on the bottom, right? So I got to playing with them, and the first 2 pins never set. That's because the first 2 pins never worked. There was no spring in the pins, and therefore they would never interfere with the shear line. The only pin that actually worked was the 3rd pin. So once you picked the 3rd pin on these locks, you were in.
Damn.
But the funny
That's
thing is
bullshit.
the keys were cut to have 3 different pin slots for you to turn the pins. So it looked like it was a 3-pin lock, but only one pin actually worked.
Dumb. I also was randomly taught how to Slim Jim a car. I mean, it's obviously harder to do with newer cars, but like, man, I had a 94 Mitsubishi Mirage and I had to get my keys out of it. And I was at like a family friend's house, and he happened to have a little Slim Jim kit, and he's like, "Here, come here, I'll show you how to do it." And so we actually took the panel off my door and like practiced with the panel off just so I could see like where the little rods come across the door.
Yeah.
And yeah, once you've actually done it like that, then it's pretty straightforward.
You know the locks that go up and down, the old school ones?
Yeah. Where you just literally lift the rod that
no,
goes...
it's easier than that.
Oh.
Way easier than that. If you get a tennis ball and punch a hole in the bottom of the tennis ball, put the hole over the lock and slam the tennis ball, the air will actually force the pin up.
Oh, you mean through like the keyhole in the car door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There's actually quite a few YouTube videos on it where these guys just walk up with a tennis ball and wham.
Well, you know what? There's also a YouTube video where dudes put peanut butter on some charcoal and put it in the microwave and said they made diamonds. So, I'll believe it when I see it with my own two eyes.
Okay. My favorite was this guy who took aluminum foil and wrapped it in a ball. And he's like, microwave for 30 seconds. And it comes out, and it's like this shiny ball, right? So
God!
he tried it, and he took a picture of his microwave in the aftermath.
God, that's fucked up.
He's like, you motherfucking liar.
You know, a fun one is to peel a grape, but leave some of the skin, like, flapping off, like, curled out, and put that in the microwave.
Why?
It it'll cause like arcs of electricity or something if you do it just right.
Huh.
And then if you ever put a CD in the microwave, CD or a DVD, you get a little bit of a nice light show.
Oh no.
Yeah, microwaves. I don't know. I wish I just had a spare microwave to just throw shit in and just start microwaving it just to see cool stuff happen.
Yeah, I wonder what happens if you put sticks of RAM in, like, Dr. Mr. Rowe. Like, I would think that would blow your fucking microwave out.
I just want to put my penis in the microwave. I feel like that, for some reason, be a good idea.
So you can get your medicinal marijuana card. Did you ever see this card?
Yeah. Where Randy gets giant testicles that he bounces around town on.
The Kentucky Fried Chicken got shipped out and they replaced it with medicinal marijuana.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't have cancer.
Sierra said the grape makes plasma. Is that what it's doing? Yeah, we did that in a physics class, and we had a lot of fun with Van de Graaff generators. Like, oh man, the things you can do with a Van de Graaff generator. I've heard if you build a really decent one, because you can easily build one of those if you have like two giant aluminum salad bowls, and you have like a silicon-based like epoxy, and you need like a nylon like spool and there's just like specific materials you need to build a good one to transfer all the charge, and you can charge yourself up with so much static electricity that apparently you can be like 10 feet away from aluminum blinds and wave your hand up and down and have the blinds open and shut from the static emanating from your body.
Serious?
But you get a nasty fucking shock when you touch something. Like, I remember playing with it in the physics lab, and we got like up on a chair, like a spinning chair, because we wanted to be on the wheels, and I like got my knees. I was standing on my knees on the chair, and I started feeling electricity surging through my knees, and someone looked, and there was electricity arcing from the bottom of the spinning chair to the ground.
Common sense dictates that if you can move lines with your fingers using electricity, probably would not be a good idea to start touching metal objects afterward.
Yeah, I just want a Van de Graaff generator in my house.
I'm trying to think of the material that vibrates, or you know, they make spiky sort of.
You're thinking of a vibrator.
No. It's called, it's like a black material, but when you hold a magnet up to it, it starts to become spiky.
Oh, it's just iron filaments.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's literally iron in like powdered form. And they have this thing at the Science Center here in Phoenix that I get a real kick out of. They hooked it up to an equalizer, and so there's these little clumps of iron, and you can play different songs, and the iron dances around, the little iron grains all form together and dance around because they are able to direct the magnetic charge using the beat of the song. Take it easy, Sierra.
Thanks, Sierra. Wait, just tell me when I can.
You got booted. There we go. I am all repaired.
Okay, well, get the fuck out of the area so I can repair.
Yes, here, let me just get this shit back in here, get this back in here. Okay, we are not forgetting this time. I've got a lot of nice ore to break down with my Fortune Enchanted Pickaxe. Alright, I'm heading back, and obviously we're gonna have to go the long way since we slept at our Sky Island base.
Yeah, I'll probably log out in the Sky Island.
Bird said one time I stuck a pipe cleaner in an electric outlet and shocked myself. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's funny. Why would you do that? Gnarly burn on one hand destroyed the outlet. Luckily, it was at my father's house. So the fact there was property damage was irrelevant. Also didn't get scored.
I think I just DC'd.
You did. I'm running away. I'll be helping your problem here shortly. You were like 12, Birdstar? Well, 12 seems like an age where I remember kicking a paperclip into an electrical outlet at school and the hall monitor getting really mad at us. That's the thing about, like, shit at school. You see one kid doing something and you see sparks flying out of a wall and then everyone just lines up to take a turn. It's like, well, that kid did it and everything's fine, so let's all just copy him, because that was cool.
He ate a Tide Pod, I'm gonna do it too.
Oh, God. See, back in my day, we weren't eating Tide Pods because, you know, we knew that would kill us. We were playing with electrical outlets.
We didn't have Tide Pods. Or else we probably would have.
Did we not have Tide Pods when we were kids?
No.
Or anything like that?
No.
So what do they use to dissolve? Is that a gelatin-based little casing on those things? I wonder.
Probably a water-soluble casing.
That's definitely one thing that highlights.
Are you out at the end? Because there's no fucking Enderman.
Yep, I'm out of the end. I'm going into the Nether now, so I can head back to our base. Or head back to the base that shall not be named.
There's no fucking Enderman. But I've also got 0 lag. Like, I can open the chest just fine. I can see it.
You'll get some soon. I'm sure. You gotta have a few.
There's 0.
Fucking
There's
hell,
also
man.
0 lag.
Yeah, your connection looks phenomenal right now.
Still no Enderman.
Damn. Didn't expect it to cut out that much. Bird, for a fleeting second in January, you considered the Tide Pod challenge for exposure? Yeah, you just DC'd. Why would you do that?
I did that on purpose.
Realized faking
Trying
it
to
would be
see
too much
how-
effort and that I can't run a YouTube channel if I'm dead, so decided against it. Well, I'm glad stupidity lost in that battle, Bird.
So I DC'd on purpose,
Okay.
but
Still nothing?
still nothing, dude.
Alright, well, I'm about to pop out of the nether, and maybe you'll start to get something once I'm moving again? Well, yeah, it's impossible to interpret how you're supposed to mean that through text, Bird. I'm just really glad you didn't eat a Tide Pod.
Yeah, that would have been not good.
It's funny that you still remember the month.
Fucking
Alright, well, I'm back in the overworlds, and it's daytime, so I hope this starts to help.
There we go. I climbed up the ladder where it started to spawn there.
It's a really new low, to be honest. I'm glad you haven't eaten a Tide Pod. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm really glad you didn't eat a Tide Pod, Bird. If you had just told me that you did, that story had taken a left turn and in the end you did eat a Tide Pod and you survived, I don't know what I would say.
We would not be friends.
Yeah, I don't know if we can be friends. As a principle, there's two things
I would ask
that that are just, you know, complete bugaboos for me: cannibalism and people that eat Tide Pods.
See, I think I have a little bit more respect for people who are cannibals because I can totally see eating somebody I don't like. But Tide Pods? What do you
Oh
want?
man, I don't know. If there's someone I don't like, the last thing I want to do is eat them. I want to stay far away from them. I mean,
Dude, I've not gotten a single Enderman.
that is, that's weird. Well, here, how about this? Maybe I should log out real quick. Alright, hold on, let's let this...
Why would you logging out have anything to do with
Oh,
it?
hold on. Let me just log out real quick. Alright,
But
go
see,
ahead.
I can
Tell me if you're
hear
getting
them. Oh, hold on. I'm going to the top of the ladder, see if I can...
Well, you should
There's-
start getting them now, because I'm not on the server, so you should have the whole mob
There's
cap.
3 Endermen. 3, that's it.
So, are you just standing up there to see if more start spawning?
Yeah.
What?
No, there's only 3, dude.
And none are spawning.
0.
It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, nothing.
Literally trying not to audibly laugh because you're in the living room. Sorry, Bird. Just don't eat Tide Pods, whatever you do.
Yeah, no. I think doing the pipe cleaner is a much better, safer option.
Yeah, no, now the pipe cleaner and the electrical outlet sounds like a very good decision with that as a backdrop.
What if Donald Trump ended up eating a Tide Pod that's made to a...
Yeah, I could see him doing that.
I really put people who eat Tide Pods up there with, like, essential oils. Yeah, still no Enderman, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is weird.
That is weird. Even when I logged out, and you've logged out and back in, and I don't understand it.
Try logging back in one more time, see if that fixes.
You have all pods, bird, not tied.
Oh, see, that's even worse. Dying by an off-brand, like.
Yeah. You should emphasize that it was a fleeting second where I considered faking it, man.
Oh, okay. Well,
A fleeting second. I don't know. When I think about those moments for me, they're more than a second. Because you got to think through some of the details.
how many people actually survived?
The bigger question is how many people have died. The answer: more than one, which is all I need to know.
Yeah, still no Enderman, dude. So I'm gonna log out here.
Okay. Well, I hope that when you log back in, the Enderman will return.
What day of the week are you thinking about planning it?
Probably not till Friday. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll let you know if I'll do this server at least one of the nights. And yeah, just depending on everyone else's availability. I usually just try to do the nursing home whenever the most people are available. That way we can, get some kind of group thing done. Welcome back, Rosinka. Yeah, I'm gonna be done here soon. I wanted to break down this ore, but it is getting kind of late. Oh god, oh god, oh god, I have sent myself back to the future. Marty! No! No! Now I've sent it back to the future this way. You don't think a lot of people died from it? I think it was mostly hospitalizations because of the damage to the throat and esophagus. No, but a couple people did actually die. I can promise you that. Yeah, man, I feel like the pranks we did when we were... Or like people that did when we were kids were so harmless compared to some of the pranks people do now. Like fucking swatting? Oh my god. Like how is that even how does that even qualify as a fucking prank?
It's murder.
It is fucking murder. Oh my god, look at all this shit here. Holy shit. Alright, I gotta do a little bit of this. Fuck my previous pickaxe is the one I'm going to here. Well, at least if I put that right there, I'm not gonna lose it. Yeah, Bird, it is far worse than doxing. It is something a true sociopath is only capable of doing. Oh, it's definitely illegal. There was a guy that actually was caught, and the person that he swatted died. They actually, the SWAT team shot and killed him because he was freaking out. And they thought he reached for his waistband and murdered him. But it was all because some dude playing Call of Duty got pissed off and arranged for this guy to swat him, and he actually got caught for it and is serving time in prison.
He got charged with murder.
Yeah.
Or manslaughter.
Yeah, as he should. It's one of the most heinous, fucked up things ever.
But, to be fair, it's like... I don't know. I don't think the cop should have shot him. I think they're...
Oh, right. I agree. I think think the cops should have had some accountability. Like, they can't just
Yeah.
say, I don't know. It's,
But at the same time, if you got, guys that look like SWAT officers pointing guns at you, the last thing, I mean, common sense would dictate you don't fucking reach for your waistband.
well, I don't know. When people are screaming at you with guns, I don't think you're thinking many rational thoughts at all.
Yeah.
I think you're just trying to figure out, oh, put your hands down. No, put your hands there. I mean, you've seen those videos where they tell them, keep your hands up. Get on the ground, and they go put their hands towards the ground. They're like, oh shit, keep your hands up, and people, they're just like, oh, what the fuck? I can't imagine being in that kind of situation.
I don't think that there's a right answer to that though, because I've actually seen videos where a guy who has a gun in his hand, but at his side, is able to pull the gun up and shoot a cop with 4 guys who've got guns on him. They obviously kill him, but he's still able to get a shot off. So, your reaction times are, seconds, if that.
Yeah.
So it's a shitty move.
It sure is. Alright, man. Yeah, definitely in these last 2 sessions we got a lot of iron added to our iron supply. I just got all the iron that I had originally smelted over there. And now I'm putting in the iron that I just got from today, so yeah. You'll have a 2-hour drive to get there the long way, Rasinka, if that bridge goes out? Damn. Yeah, that's, I don't know. We're lucky, even though we live in an area that gets flash flooding of some kind, it's never been that bad for us. Yeah, 4 inches of rain, that's insane. I don't know, yeah, I do wonder though with that whole swatting situation, like, I feel like there's some kind of change to protocol that could help, like, especially if it's something that happens so much, like, I don't know, just as a basic due diligence, if they call saying they're person X, isn't there a way that they can look up what person X's phone number is and maybe just call that person to see?
Yeah, but I think that they're saying that, like, hey, this person's got hostages, right?
No, but they usually say that they are that person, and they're like, I have hostages, I'm gonna kill them all. Like, call that person on their phone. If they just called you and said that, then they're gonna keep saying that shit when you call them. If they answer their phone and they're like, wait, what? No, man, I didn't, that at least,
I don't know, dude. I think that's a...
I mean, I wonder, it'd be a scary thing to know. Are the majority of calls to, like, the SWAT team legitimate, or are they, those
I would
types
assume
of calls?
so. And, I
don't know. Kids think they're pretty clever these days with their little pranks.
But I don't know. I definitely don't see it so much being the cops' fault. I don't think that they did anything wrong. I think the blame is absolutely to do with the kid who called them. But it's just an unfortunate situation,
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's... Obviously, that's the best solution is, eliminate all of those people that would do that. Put them in a situation where they can never fucking do that again.
Spend the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Even if it's just like have them all carrying tranquilizers and like have that be their primary weapon, just trank the motherfuckers.
No.
I don't know, man.
they need guns because bad guys have guns. More often than not, you know. I mean, I definitely think that they call the SWAT team on very rare instances. I don't think that's their go-to.
I don't know. I would love to see the statistics. I like to think that in this huge world, especially in big cities, there's enough kids that are fucked up enough.
Such a tree-hugging liberal.
Okay. I don't quite connect the dots, but
No guns, no violence, no one does anything wrong. Just giving you shit.
I know.
But you're a libtard. That's my new thing.
Oh boy, that's it's real original. I've never heard that one before.
Oh, it means you're a liberal retard.
Oh wow, that's
Libtard,
the
get
first
it?
time I've ever heard. I just can't believe how clever that is.
Some of the shit people come up with is just so amateur. You're a libtard. Wait, what?
Yep. Alright. I'm gonna have to call it quits here soon. I am just getting some of these ores distributed into the chests that they need to be in and everything.
You know, I'm just messing with you, Rad. I still like you, even though you're a libtard.
Yes, I know you've said that a couple times now, so I know. I know. See, as a liberal, I'm too dignified to, you know, come up with a similar little
What would be a good
descriptor.
similar? What would be a good similar?
I don't know. I have too much
Cheeto
class.
leather? Too much class to come up with a better excuse. Or
I'm
better.
so classy that you don't even know. You can't even fathom how classy I am as a liberal.
I'm trying to think. I want to. We gotta come up with a good derogatory term for conservatives.
I don't know. The devil? Yeah. The devil.
How about Republic tards?
Nah. I think we can do better than that. No, I'd... Oh wait, what am I doing? I need to take these things out. You know, I'm not gonna stoop to that level. I just, you know, I'm too good of a person for that, and I'm too pure as a liberal to...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love the smell of my farts way too much
Yeah, apparently.
to, play these pithy games. I thumb my nose at you. Wait, is that... I bite my thumb at you? I do something really that only classy people do.
Oh, shit, that's fun.
Yeah, Rasinka says, how about we stop using prefix tard in general? I agree. I think, yeah, there's no need to use that kind of language.
Republiters?
Republic turd? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, here we go. Republicans. Oh. Come on, that's pretty good.
that's in the nature of a classy insult. So yes, I agree.
Do you actually know where I got that from?
No, I don't.
Once upon a time in Mexico. Are you a Mexican or a Mexican?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I like Republicans.
Yeah. Yeah, it works. It's classy.
If
You
it's
know?
not classy, it doesn't work.
It's the kind of thing that you might give a light chuckle to in a classy kind of way.
in a lid turd.
Yeah. Way too mature for this shit. Us liberals, we're too busy caring about the world and everything around it to bother with these trite shit.
God, I love it.
Yeah, just feel that seep into your pores, motherfucker, your Republican pores. Oh.
Actually, I'm actually not a registered Republican. I'm a registered independent.
All right, well, Bernie 2020.
I
mean,
Bernie.
I hope not, because I think we can. You know, he had his chance. He lost to Hillary in the primaries. Let's give someone else a turn now.
He didn't lose. They stacked the cards against him.
Well, that too. Yeah.
They purposely made him lose.
I hate how susceptible everyone is, though, to, you know, just advertising, and, you know, you see those things on TV. It's like, man, those things, they clearly work. So you can put a whole lot of money into your campaign, and, you know, give enough money, you can convince a whole lot of people of your viewpoint.
I definitely would consider myself more conservative-leaning. Conservative, not Republican. I think those things are two different concepts now.
Yeah, they are. Who knows? Maybe the world will slowly right itself over the next couple decades as it warms to very, very warm levels, and all of our coastal cities are wiped away. Maybe we'll eventually get there. Yeah, and that's absolutely right, Rosinka. Clinton would not have been the laughingstock of the world. You know, you can have issues with a lot of that stuff, but oh man, she would have been definitely preferable to Mr. Butthole McGee.
I have a hard time swallowing.
Yeah, well, there's just no way anyone's worse than Trump anywhere ever.
I still think having him as president is going to be a good thing, because it'll be the end of.
I'm pretty sure Bernie
the
Madoff
Republic.
is less corrupt.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all he was guilty of was a Ponzi scheme. Come on.
Hillary was just as bad as a lot of them. Not as bad as Trump.
Because of her emails?
No.
But those
she
emails.
Did a lot of shady. She's done a lot of shady shit over her life.
Yeah, she has. But, you know, she would have done a fucking better job than this asshole.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
She would have at least, maintained some alliances that are kind of important to our country, and maybe not started a trade war, and maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe not withdrawn from the, Paris climate agreement.
No, definitely not. But I know this is going to sound crazy, but I still have a really hard time picking between her and Trump. I know that sounds crazy, but
it's because of those emails.
I don't
It's those emails.
But you know what?
She was not a saint. She definitely has done some troublesome things. I will definitely give you that.
But they've all done it. That's the other thing too. Is there is no saints in Washington.
No. But at least it's a bad combination when you have someone that is both the opposite of a saint and also an idiot at the same time. That's a really potent combination. And with a giant ego, which actually maybe that's not unique. Everyone in politics has that going for them, but.
Yeah. I think it'll be really funny when President Cheeto goes to jail. It's gonna happen. That dude will never not get away from his sins.
Yeah.
He pissed off way too many people.
Unless Pence turns around and pardons him. That's assuming he's removed from office, which he'll never be removed from office. Worst case, he'll be impeached, and then he'll go to jail after he's done being president.
Right, but Pence wouldn't be able to pardon him if he gets convicted in the state court, which is most likely what'll happen.
Yeah.
because they all know that he'd get pardoned, so they'll probably try him in New York, which, then Pence can't, only the governor can.
Yeah, and I agree with Rosinka. I worry about who else they would put in Trump's place. I mean,
Pence. But
I
Pence
think,
is a lean.
once everyone's been recalibrated to, see how crazy it can be, even what formerly would have been, the lunatics of the Republican Party would seem like just perfectly wonderful gentlemen. Ted Cruz, anyone?
Oh, dude, that guy's fucking. You want to talk about shady motherfuckers?
Yeah.
That dude takes the cake.
Yeah.
I think he would have been worse than Trump. I really, really.
Yeah, Pence.
that dude-
Pence is actually worse. I do agree, Rosinka. Pence is some of the stuff that he said
Really?
is terrifying.
More than Donald Trump?
Well, I don't know, more than Trump.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, well, yeah. Again, I think there are certain things that he, as any sane president, he wouldn't touch. But man, there is some damage a guy like Pence could do with some of, Anyways, I gotta get to bed. It is 12:40, and I am tired. And
Alright, man. Well, it was fun yammering away with you.
Yep, it was fun. We got a lot of ore mined, and I have a lot more that I need to mine up with this fortune pickaxe. But I'll save that for next time.
Sounds good. I'm gonna play one more game of Warcraft, even though I should go to bed, but it's patch day, so I can't
Yeah.
help myself.
Bye, Rosinka. It was nice seeing you and Bird and Sierra and everyone. Thank you guys for sticking around and listening to our typical bullshit. We never solve anything, but it's fun to have these conversations anyways.
America.
Yeah, sure. Alright, good night, Al. Yeah, thanks. See you guys.
Later, stuff.